Yes, good morning, everyone listening to us out there. My name is Garuba Fizolumide. I'm your host, and I'll always be your host on anything that do with the voice of the farmer. And today, you can see we have a farmer with us today that will be sharing his story with us. The show is called Farmers Telling Their Story. Yes, I believe sometimes you need to tell your story yourself so that people knows what you are going through and what are the challenges you are facing, and let's see where help can come from. And that is why we are going to be talking to some of our farmers. We have them on our communities on Facebook, and now that is the power of social media. So we bring them on board here to come and talk about their stories and what are the challenges they are facing, their success story, and also what are the challenges they are facing as well, and how what are the possible solutions and how can government come in to assist them. Farmers need help at this moment. Yes, and that is why we'll be talking to many farmers now, not just farmers in Lagos, not just in Ibadan, not just in Lagos. We have farmers in different states. Anywhere they eat food, yes, there is farmers there. So we have with us this morning Mr. Tamilola from Oyo State. He is going to be doing introduction, or he's going to be introducing himself to us, which aspect of agriculture is into, and also the value chain he does. So he'll be talking to us about some things he does as a farmer. So I think he has an issue with his network, but possibly when they come back, we're going to be talking to him. And today, this is a show that will always be coming up probably every morning like this, where we'll be talking about the challenges and the success story of farmers. I believe something about you telling your story yourself. No one can tell my story like me. Yes, you are not me. I am not you. Definitely, I can tell you where I'm having challenges and where I'm having problem. And probably, if you are going to provide solutions to some of my problem, definitely you know where to come in from. That is why we come up with this show that will be coming up almost every time. To talk with different farmers from different states, from different sectors in agriculture, to come and share their stories and what are the challenges they are facing. Yes, good morning this morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yes, to be sincere with you, you don't look like a farmer. Let me just be sincere with you, because looking at you, you look like a big man. Yes, and I know farmers are big men. I'm happy to meet with you. We've always been conversing on the social media, that is Facebook, but finally we are seeing ourselves. This is a good one. So please tell us your name and which aspect of agriculture are you into?
My name is Akifenwada Milola, and I raise broilers for meat production.
Hmm. Anytime I see broiler farmers, I'm always scared and always feel somehow, because I see them as people that have that mind. Because broiler is not that easy at all. You being a broiler farmer, that means you are going through a lot of things. Because before you raise them to a particular size, I know the mortality rate in broiler is something else. So tell us what really inspired you to go into broiler. We have the egg production and the meat production in poultry farming. So what inspired you to go into the meat farming, the meat production aspect?
Yes, for me, my story is, if I will call it, something that I just decided to enter into. And my story just started about just 25 days ago, when I made the decision.
Okay.
And do business. I work with someone, but I just made up my mind to say goodbye to working for someone. And
Hmm.
before I made that decision, I'd been doing what we call self-teaching through the
Okay.
use of YouTube. So I was checking for different farmers, and I
Hmm.
was learning from them. So from what I learned in a couple of months ago, I
Hmm.
finally made that decision 25 days ago to say no. I must be an entrepreneur, and I'm going into agriculture. Secondly,
Hmm.
what led me to that is the fact that I look back into history, and I remember our fathers, the likes of Awolowo, that
Hmm.
the moment we discover petroleum, that was the bane of our problem until today. Until when
Hmm.
we go back to agriculture, we cannot, if I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but we cannot make it in Nigeria. We need to go
Hmm.
back. Agriculture is the new order, whether
Hmm.
crop production, whether livestock. And we must also appreciate the president for creating, though many have been saying why creating ministry of livestock, but it's a pointer to us that something good is about to
It's
happen.
coming.
So my story, let me not say success now,
Mm,
because I'm just starting. And then
mm.
21 days ago, I bought the first set. This is my first time of coming in. I
Okay.
bought the set and I said I will start with 100.
Mm,
And the
mm.
funny thing is that I my money is not even that much in it. I just share the vision with like a kid brother who is abroad, and I told
Okay.
him this is what I want to do, and he said
Mm,
yes, he believes in me, and he's the
mm.
one that is sponsoring this project right now.
Yes, yes. To be sincere with you, your story is inspiring, and I love it because one of the things we are advocating for is that we should start something even at our backyard. I can see you don't have a farm like a big farm like that. Probably you are using a room, probably in your house to do this. This is a good one. So your story is inspiring, and you said you started just 25 days ago, which I'm very, very happy. I'm very sure most of the farmer might have contributed to this. Probably maybe you have seen some of our posts and say, okay, start farming and do something like that. That was what even inspired you as well. But that is a good one from you, sir. So now I'll be asking you now. We can see this is the broiler that I said he brought, and I think they are doing very great. And I'm very sure I really appreciate the fact that you seek for knowledge, even if you don't go to other farms. You ask questions, you watch videos, you learn from different farms, which is a good one. So and I pray by the end of maybe 8 weeks or 6 weeks that I'm going to be selling this broiler, I pray you get very, very huge profit from it. So, sir, let me just ask this question. I know you at least being 25 days in the business, probably you'll be facing one or two challenges. So, what are the challenges you are facing? You have informed us about your story, how you started, what inspired you. You said you don't want to work for people again, like you've been working for people, and like you just say, let me just go and start a business of my own, and you decided to choose agriculture and you go for broiler, which is a good one. That is a very inspiring story. Now, you also said this thing is not just your money alone. One of the things that our youth out there don't really understand is that you need to also build integrity. Sometimes people are doing business and it is not their money. Yes, but people believe in them that yes, if I invest in this person, I know the person is not going to dupe me. There are so many people out there that don't even know what to use their money for, but they are looking for investment. That is where they can invest in. What you just need to do is just that seek for that knowledge and make sure your integrity is top notch. People can trust you. And when you say this thing is 100 naira, when they go to the market to look for it, it's 100 naira. That will even make people to trust you and want to invest in you. According to what he said now, he said someone staying abroad believed in him and he supported him with the finance that yes, I believe in you that you can do this, and that is a good one. And that's why I said you should share your story. Definitely is going to inspire other people as well. Now let me go back to you, sir. Few weeks, few days that you've been in the business, what are the challenges that you say you have been facing so far, and how have you been able to cope with them?
Okay, yes. Today being Thursday is the third week,
Okay.
exactly the week that I'm starting up. And the first challenge I had was I nearly run back when I made that, because when I wrote the quotation of what we would spend from day one to the sixth week, we
Okay.
made that quotation about 3 months back.
Okay.
And as I went, the cost of feed was not as high as what we have now.
That's
So
true.
there was a lacuna, and the lacuna was that the money I requested from that kid brother would not be enough to take them to 6 weeks. But I made up
Ah.
my mind and said, with that, I will start. This will not be a barrier to saying I will not go again. So I set in and I
Hmm.
started with 150,000. So at the end of
150,000.
the day, yes, 150,000 was what I started with. And then when I did the budget for that would take me to 6 weeks, even with the present high cost of it, I'll be spending nothing less than close to 350 to 400,000 to raising them. But I just made up my mind, even with that 150, I will not run back. I will start. But after a week, my wife had to call me and my wife was also contributor to it. So
Yeah.
what I did was that I begin to talk to family and friends in terms
Mm,
of doing what we crowdfunding. Put in your
mm, mm.
resources, believe in me, and I'm assuring you that if you put in your money, at the end of 6 weeks you will get return on your investment. So I have a
Mm,
particular percentage that I will give them. So
mm,
that
mm.
was the first challenge. And the
Okay.
second challenge was that when I wanted to start, I had
Hey, I think the network is not too good from his own end there, but I'm enjoying his story. The story is very, very inspiring, to be sincere with you, because he said he started with just 150,000 naira, and the challenges he had. That is the first one he had, was that the feed. Let me say the cost. That is the quotation he made then in starting, was different from what they have now when they wanted to start now. Which means, let's say the kid brother was, I think the kid brother dropped 150,000 naira, but unfortunately, when they get to the markets now, the price has skyrocketed, and definitely they need to think of what to do. But one thing I want to appreciate him for is that he did not give up. You know, some of us, when we get to the market and probably one of the things we want to buy is even over our budget, we just give up and say, I don't want to buy this thing again. But now he still say, okay, I will still start this thing. And he started. And now one of the strategy he used, which I think some of us can also use, is that, you know, one thing is that you don't see, as individual, you need to also try to build your integrity and honesty as well, because before it is always good, you should be able to walk up to people and say, please borrow me 500,000, borrow me 200,000, and they will not even check back that I borrowed you 100,000 last time, did you return it? Now, you know, he now said he call up maybe some of his family and friends and say, okay, now I have a business that I'm doing, can you please support me with this? And there will be a particular percentage that I'm going to get at the end of at the end of 6 weeks, because broiler is going to be either 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And trust me, there is market for broiler, because almost every one of us, no matter how expensive things are, we want to eat turkey, we want to eat chicken, we want to eat this, we want to eat that. So that means there is market for it. Now, I want this story to inspire someone that is watching us out there, especially if you are a youth and you are not doing anything and you are thinking of what can I do in the agri business. I think these are one of the things you can look at it, just 150,000 naira, and he started something in his house. Because looking at his farm, is definitely is one of his room, or probably maybe a space at his back there. That was where he used to start something here, which is very, very inspiring. I think it's back now. So please, as a youth that you are watching us out there, try and let Mr. Damilola's story to inspire you, because he's doing a very great job, and I believe very soon he's going to be successful in his business. Sir, you're talking about the challenges. You said the high cost of feed, because the quotation you had then was different from what you have now. So, but notwithstanding, you still started something, and your wife also supported you as well, bringing fun, and friends and family. You are going to be giving them a percentage at the end of the month. So, what other things do you do? Because now you are providing a solution to your problem already. Because you said the feed is expensive, but you did not let that one bring you down. You are still doing something. You don't let that one discourage you. Other thing is that you get across to your family and friends, your wife, to bring in money, and you're going to be giving them a percentage at the end of every 6 weeks. So what other things do you do, sir?
secondly, like I said, the second challenge I had was that the small place that I intend using in my father's house, it has about 2 rooms with a
Okay.
toilet. The day that I'm to make the decision to call my mom that was staying there to say I'll be coming to use the place. So on the day that I will call, my mom had to say someone just brought money that day to take that apartment. And I was like, wow, wow, wow. And we've been looking forward to giving that house out for
Ouch.
years. That
Hmm.
was the second challenge. I was like, do I now tell my mom not to give it out, because she also needed the money to upkeep her shop? So I just said no problem. So I had to call my father-in-law, who stays in Fiditi, which is more a rural area. And I
Okay.
said, good. He said, and that was how he provided this space for me. And ever since then, I'm just using a toilet, as you can see. There is still a
Hmm.
room that can, that when they grow into 4 weeks, that they will grow into the one room. It's just like a room and suite. So
Hmm.
the toilet in the room. So that was the second challenge. I didn't allow that which happened then to debar me again. The third challenge was that being a first time farmer, when I was at the brooding stage, the first
Okay.
7 days was a tough one because I had not had that experience. So I
Hmm.
hardly sleep the night watching over them, and I was using gas to as a heat generator for them.
To generate it for
So
them. That's
because
expensive.
yes, but because I was also looking at my pocket, at some
Hmm.
point within that 1 week, I look at the amount I spent on gas. I now had to consult coal pots. So while I was using the coal pots, I learned a great lesson, and the lesson was that I would have saved myself one stress of the
Hmm.
process of cooking coal pot. The gas is the best, but because of cost, I was able to come to coal. But at the end
Hmm.
of the day, I lost two beds, which I
Yeah.
call negligence on my part
Yeah.
and because of cost. So the
Hmm.
lesson that others must drive from this is that no matter how much we are spending, we should rather not look at cost in most cases, because by the time we are looking at saving cost, we might be causing more damage in some other
Hmm.
areas.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
the third lesson I learned, that I would not have lost those two bets, because as at when I started, I was even lucky. You know, in a box you usually have 51, but for my
Yes.
own case, I had like the first box was 52, the second box was 51. So I had
Yeah.
103 instead of 102. So, and for the whole 3 weeks that I've been, except the two mortalities that I had, even for a first timer. So it's the good one that I said I've not failed.
Hmm. Hmm.
And as at today, I have an average weight of 1.2 kg at 3 weeks.
Hmm. That's big. That means, and you're going to 6 weeks or 8 weeks now. How many weeks are you going to?
Fix. And the funny thing is that they are just in their fifth bag
Hmm. Hmm. Fifth bag of feed.
of feed.
That's awesome. That's to be sincere with you. Your story is inspiring. To be sincere with you, I need to just appreciate you and commend your efforts. Now, you don't even look at the mortality rate that you have. That is just too. Yeah, you don't let that one to disturb you. And also the issue of gas and everything like that doesn't even discourage you as well. And your mom that even went out to give out the room that you are supposed to use to someone else doesn't also discourage you as well. So to be sincere with you, this is a story that we must share to all the youth out there, that yes, this story must inspire you and start something. Some of us think agriculture is something that you need to start with huge amount of money. Like, yes, I must have 1 million naira, I must have 5 million naira before you start. Look at Mr. Damilola. He started with just 150,000 naira. I will be waiting for that 6 weeks, because your story must be shared all over the world. That yes, someone started something with just 150,000 in his room, that is a toilet, and at the end of the day, he had a lot of huge profits. Thank you very much, Mr. Damilola, for starting something and not giving up. No, I'm calling on youth out there. Please don't give up. Please don't give up, because there is a lot of opportunities in the agricultural sector. Now, Mr. Damilola, for us to wrap it up, because I know you have a lot of things you are going to be doing this morning. So, what is your advice for our youth out there? You've been able to share your success story and also your challenges as well. Even if your success story is not yet a success, but I believe and I pray it's going to be a huge success that is going to turn your life around in Jesus' name. Now, you've also told us your challenges, saying, talking about the lack of experience, talking about the field, talking about the unavailability of space, but with your own way, you've been able to find solution to those problems, which is a good one for us here. So now, what is your own advice for our youth out there, especially people that maybe they just finished school, maybe they just finished their NYSC and they are waiting for white collar job? To be sincere with you, there is no white collar job anywhere anywhere. If you are not connected in Nigeria, there is no white collar job anywhere. And the only thing that can only always accommodate everybody is agriculture. That is just it. Anything that will accommodate, either you are learned, either you know book, you don't know book, you don't know anything, it is agriculture. What you just need to know is just have knowledge about it. So, sir, what is your advice to our youth out there in coming into agricultural space?
Yes, for me, the advice I'll give our young people, which I'm also part of them, is the fact that, like you said, the white collar job are slavery job.
Hmm.
They are
Hmm.
slavery job. So, and if you look at the richest people in the world today, even in Nigeria today, they are never civil servants or public
Hmm.
servants. They are
Hmm.
people
That's true.
in enterprise. So it is
Hmm.
best, and it is the kind of curriculum that we run in this part of the country that has changed our psyche to say, when I graduate, I must get a white collar job. It should
Hmm.
change.
Hmm.
No matter what, as you are leaving the school, begin to start something. In agriculture, that's the new order, if I can put it that way. You can
Hmm.
start, if you don't have the capacity to do broilers, you can do snairy. And funny
Hmm.
enough, we have our phones. YouTube is there that we can search online and get and be self-taught.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can do
Hmm.
snairy with 10,000. You can do, there are a lot of opportunities in agriculture. So I
Hmm.
want to encourage our young people. And the
Hmm.
funny thing is that agriculture will not make you to pay unnecessary tax.
Hmm. That's true. That's true.
You
That's
are
true.
going to get a lot of grants. There are a lot of grants that are available, but people cannot access because we are not doing agriculture. They are just
Hmm.
lying fallow there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what we are encouraging our young people, and finally, we need to come into agriculture because we are the one that have the energy. And
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
Nigeria food security, if we
Hmm.
are not careful, if we don't stand up to agriculture now, we may be playing with famine in near future, which we don't pray about. So we
Hmm.
need
Hmm.
to stand up for this, and we encourage all youth, and I want to put it out to people. If you feel you don't have the capacity to do it, I am available. I'm doing crowdfunding. Give me your money. I will give you interest. I
Hmm.
will give you interest. And if you are willing to learn, I'm available.
Hmm.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, I want to commend your efforts, sir. One thing I love in what you are doing is just that you are just yourself and you are real. It's very obvious. Like definitely, I pray and I know, I believe that you are going to be successful in this business that you just started. Because to be sincere with you, I am inspired listening to your story. It is a very good one. So thank you very much for lending your voice to our young one out there. But before I'll allow you to go, what do you want to say about the Voice of the Farmer? We've been together, you've been following our posts on social media, you've been seeing a lot of things we do. So what do you want to say to us? What do you want us to stop doing? What do you want us to continue doing? And what is your recommendation for Voice of the Farmer?
Yes, I must appreciate your work because sincerely, if I have not come into this sector, I would not have met you. And
Yes.
in the past few weeks that I've met you online, sincerely, I've learned a lot, and I've been inspired. So I just want to encourage you, keep doing this so that many other young people, you are a young person like me, so that other
Yes.
young people can believe indeed we the young people are ready, and also to set an agenda to the government that, like the former president will say, that our youths are lazy. We are not lazy. This is a testament to saying that we are ready. It's just that we need environment, we need enabling environment for us to thrive in. Well done, good job you are doing, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that commendation. We really appreciate that, sir. And I want to leave this message for all our youth out there. The former minister for agriculture, that is Aki Kumi, yes, if I'm right, Aki Wumi, he said the next billionaire in Nigeria is going to be coming from the agricultural sector, which is true because now people are moving away from the oil sector because they know there is no sustainability plan there as well. So, one of the things I want to advise our youth is that, see, even if it is just for you to start from your backyard, myself, I'm a snail farmer, I'm also a fish farmer as well. I'm not just farmers advocate, I do snail. I would just advise us to just start something from our backyard there. That's your space that you have at your backyard that is just laying fallow. Start something there. Look at what Mr. Damilola is doing. He has a broiler, which I'm very sure in the next 3 to 4 weeks he's going to be getting a lot of money from it, which is something that you can start as well too. Please don't just waste your time. Don't just say there is no job, there is no white collar job somewhere. So if someone said, please, I am watching from Ghana, how will I get you? Yes, you can always get us online. Probably if you want to meet us, your number, please. Our number is 09078728288. 09078728288. You can always contact us back. Check the video, check the banner that is going on your screen. Now you see our number there. You can always get across to us. We can give you advice. We can also set farm for you as well. But to be sincere with you, before I go, I want to commend Mr. Damilola again. Thank you for not giving up. And I'm very sure in the next few weeks, few months, few years, we are going to be saying this success story again and tell people that to inspire them as well. Till I meet you again next time. My name is Garuba Afizolumide. I say bye-bye and God bless. The person said the number again is 09078728288. 09078728288. Mr. Damilola, thank you for not giving up. I will see you again. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.